So we are in podcast. So hello everyone. Welcome to the final episode of 16 podcast today. Okay, it's been the first podcast was on October and it's been 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. We have done 10th episode and today will be the last episode. And before we introduce ourselves, I will going to introduce our special guest today, Lokman. Yeah, Lokman, you can
Hello
introduce yourself.
everyone. Hi. So my name is Muhammad Iman Hakim. I'm from Perak and currently studying IR. I'm from IR department from UN2. That's all.
So I'm still the host today. I'm Tiffany and Shira.
Hi everyone, I'm here as usual. How about you?
I'm Xingyu. Hi, everyone.
She's from
How
China.
about? Yeah, I'm from China. Cecilia.
Hi everyone, I'm Cecilia. I'm from KL. Yeah.
T, your turn.
Hi, I'm still Fatiha and I'm from Shah Alam.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Jai isn't here today.
yeah, she's because of some technical issue and
Mhm.
the connection problem. So
Okay.
she will not join us for today. It's a sad case, but never mind. We have Lokman to represent her. Okay, so for today's podcast, actually, we are going to conclude the 10 episode that we have done before. So the first question for all the girls there. Okay, which podcast you love more? Just one. I go first.
Wait, that's actually hard.
No. You have to go and pick one. Okay, so start from me. Uh, the podcast that I think is unforgettable is the love, the first episode. Why I say that is because the first episode we are all actually very shy, and and the situation actually is very awkward. But somehow, in I think within the 15 minutes of the beginning of the podcast, we all get just like usual. We are chatting like usual, and we are sharing our opinions, our experience. So I think the first episode is actually quite fun and memorable for me because that's the first episode I get how did I recognize you all one by one, and that's the first episode we all get ready, and before start the podcast we are all so anxious. Oh, how we are going to start the podcast, how we are going to conduct the podcast, and who will be the host. And yes, I'll be the host for the 10th episode. So that's the episode one is about love, and that's the most memorable for me. So we got to the next. Who I'm going to be the next?
I
She.
will go next. My favorite part is the Christmas part because we have two special guests and I know a lot of Malay, a little bit Malay language, and I think in that part we get more closer because you guys really want to take me to have the Malayan food and and or go to the mall. We have a lot of things that you want me come to Malay, and we expect to do it.
So for actually
So
for Lokman knowledge that the day we have a podcast about Christmas, and we are just introduce the food in Malaysia, such as in the restaurant in the warung, and we promise that we will bring Xingyu to the warung and having the burger and some of the Malaysia cuisine.
Yeah, yeah. I think she should try Ramly Burger also.
Oh yes, Cecilia favorites.
So good taste. And maybe some nasi kandar. I don't know.
I haven't tasted nasi kandar before.
Wow,
If
that's
even I
quite
was a Malaysian.
surprising. Okay.
Are you for real?
No, I never having nasi kandar before, but I only having some traditional foods. Maybe it's like nasi empek,
Oh
ketupat or
wow.
something like that. So I more prefer to traditional foods of Malay. But nasi kandar haven't eat before. Maybe have a try when I in KL. So we go to the next one.
Cecilia, go.
The last one will
Actually,
be
I also it's hard for me to choose. Like, I think maybe I would choose the same as Tiffany, like the first episode, the love one, because like I can gain more knowledge from you guys, like your love story. Wow, it's such
oh,
a
oh my
good.
god.
Like we can learn. I can learn a lot. I can know you better, like from your love story. Yeah,
You
I
all
think it's such a
gossip.
good. Yeah, I mean, like we can discuss about how, I mean, like those bad guy like we
Those
we met
crocodile.
before. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going next Shira first. Before tea, we are going to Shira.
I think my favorite is the first episode, the love one, because we have Miss as our guest,
Yeah.
and if I'm not mistaken, like there's a few of our classmates joining us right on
Hmm.
the episode. The only episode I think that we have classmates joining us.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun. Overall, my favorite is like all episode because I get to know each one of you. Oh my god, I'm
Yes.
gonna cry. Nah, just
Oh.
kidding.
Oh my god. No cry. Hold on. Hold on.
But yeah, I'm so happy that we can
Ngada-ngada.
like get to know.
Ngada-ngada.
Senyap. We can like get to know one another. So yeah, how about tea?
For me, I think the first one would be my favorite, but I kind of really like our
She's a
previous
copycat.
episode. No, no, excuse me, you copied Tiffany and Cecilia juga and Sindu tak. But for me, I think I like the previous episode, our second last episode, basically, because I feel like we bonded like a lot in that episode. Like we talk a lot. I think that was the longest podcast I think we've ever talked, and I really like that episode because I don't know, my love for you guys is there like growing. So yeah, I think it's the previous episode, the second last one.
Okay. So how about Lokman? You have been watching I think a few episodes before, right? So any suggestions or any interesting when you are watching or listening to our podcast?
I saw the episode which you talk about love that Cecilia on just now. I, I I I don't think I want to give any comment about it. Look, that you have two part right for that.
Yes. Because the part is too long.
I understand. I don't want to comment anything about it. Overall, it's cool. I can say that it's cool.
We
Yeah,
we
enjoyed by
really
it.
really happy to see all the comments that our friend give us because all the comments actually given are more to positive side and
Mhm.
we for the 10th episode we didn't notice that actually we are sending the positive bibles every week to our surroundings to our friends so because the first thought in my mindset about the podcast is we are just talking we are just sharing about our experience but the things that for every episode is we are we keep laughing from the beginning until the end. I don't know why, but there's something interesting topic when we are discussing about it. We will just like laugh without any any things that maybe is fun, but we'll just laugh. For example, Ja, she will just accidentally drop off from the internet, and she was a little bit laggy, and the time we are going to laugh at, it's like really really a memorable podcast. I'm not sure whether we are going to continue or not, but hopefully if we have time, we are going to still have some of the podcast, maybe 3 weeks or twice a week sometimes. Okay, so we are going to proceed for the second questions. So the second question is, I think we can talk about the first impressions. No, I'm not. I'm not hoping that Shira will talk sharing her first how do you, her first
Her
impression
first
to me
impression towards
is
Tiffany.
really worse. But I'm going to sharing one by one. The first uh how do I say it? The first episode I recognize everyone, and I think Cecilia will, the first impression Cecilia given to me is she is so how do I say it? Her face will give you a sense that this girl will be a little bit uh dangerous, or how do I say difficult to get close with her. These are first impressions that Cecilia given to me. And Xingyu, the first impression given to me is like she's a polite girl. She's like, the face is like a filial daughter. Yeah, she's giving me that impressions. And the first time I saw her, actually, I think she's really damn pretty. Yeah, this is the first impressions. But just now she told me that she gained 10 kilo.
Really?
Yeah, she's telling me. Now look at the double chin.
It's okay. We are one. We are one.
Okay, so for Ja, actually not so much impressions, but for Ja, the first impressions is Ja is a girl who a little bit crazy. How do I say? She will be, sometimes she will be just laughing, but she's a really cheerful girl. Yeah. And for T, the first impression T given to me is she's a YouTuber. These are these are really impressions. How do you say it? I couldn't imagine that I will know that my friend will going to be a YouTuber, and since T, the first impression given to me is a YouTuber. And I think the YouTuber will given to the, how do I say it? YouTuber usually they will might easily to get close, and will be more talkative. But the first sign uh for T is like oh T, are she a YouTuber? But her face is look like she are not going to talk how to be active or be approached to you for the first time. Yes,
That's actually true.
that's the first sign. And for Shira, okay, for Shira, for Shira, I quite, how do you say? It's like for Shira is the first one who approached me to join the podcast, and she asking me do you want asking me to join the podcast. And for the first impression, because I don't know how to how do I say, I don't know how to express my feeling throughout the communication. So the first message that I reply to her is maybe impolite for her, but I just trying, but I just not notice about that. But after that, Shira will go. She told me about this thing, and only I figure out that the first message from me was not will give her a shock, like why Tiffany not so unfriendly. But after she recognized me, I totally agree that she will think that Tiffany is a mad person. It's right, really really damn crazy. Yes, so that's my first impression to all.
You can apologize to me now, Tiffany. It's the last episode. You can apologize now.
Tiffany, I actually agree with what you say about me. Actually, like many of the people also think that it's very hard to approach me because, like, actually, if I, for example, like if I doesn't know you, then I will be like very cool. I will not
Yeah,
talk with you actually. So like, if you really know me, then only I will talk. So actually, I many people like tell me their first impression also like the same one.
yeah, but is unusual, right? For example, in a normal situation, just like we shared before about social skill. uh when someone you are not recognized are going to approach you, you are not just you will be having a face that I want to keep a distance with you, because you are still not recognized, he or she. But somehow in the future, after the recognitions, after a chat, you know her well, and you are going to turn your true color. Yes. So for, I think acceptable for everyone actually, if you are your face are really cool for the first impressions, it's okay. But I recognize you after a while. So we are going to proceed next one. Next one. Who? Aku tak nak bagi Shira lah. Shira ni kutuk aku je nanti.
Maybe T will go first.
Ni. Oh, okay. So we go Shingy first.
Okay, fine. Uh, um, for the first impression, Tiffany is so warm-hearted, and she helped me a lot, and I'm really glad to be the classmates with her, and I really love her. Yeah,
Wait.
Tiffany. Uh,
Yeah.
and
Wait.
and Cecilia actually is the first person in our class, and that get me a little bit close because we met each other at first is in another group, and she asked me about my favorite idol, the Jackson one, and we get more closer, and we chat very often. Yeah. And I don't think Cecilia is hard to approach at my first impression. I think her smile is really sweet. So I think she is very easy to approach actually. and and Shira, first impression, is very gentle. Uh, and very soft, very gentle. I don't know how to say that, and very polite. And Fatiha. Actually, Fatiha. I recognize her at at the Instagram, and yesterday I saw the picture, saw the photo
Only
at the
yesterday.
Instagram. So cute and so cute, and the
You're
singing
cute.
is so and great. Singing is so great,
Thank
and I
you.
love it.
Thank you. Love you.
And Ja is more funny. She I I cannot remember which class.
Debate
But
class.
it's funny.
Debate class.
Yeah,
The most
I can
memorable is
remember
the
it.
debate class.
Yeah, it's at podcast. It's really funny, and her smile also very sweet too. Yeah. So how about who will
So
go
you,
next.
Shinyu,
Let's go.
Shinyu,
Yeah.
why don't you judge me by my look?
Oh, you
Oh,
you judge you. I can't judge anyone. I can judge anyone from the look.
First impression.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the moment
Just
you
go
see him.
ahead and judge me
Impression.
and tell.
You made me
Maybe
shy.
at the
I
end,
don't want to answer it.
like maybe later you can tell which one is right and which one is wrong. Like what
Okay.
changed in your mind by the end of the podcast, maybe when I'm going. So judge me. Just
Uh,
go ahead. I don't mind.
okay.
What do you think?
That's the first look. Uh, Friendly, handsome, and talking a lot. Yeah, and very easy to approach,
Cool,
and
cool.
very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
oh my
you're welcome.
god. I forgot to tell everyone that Xingyu boyfriend is staying beside her.
No, no, no. He can understand, but actually, yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. That's fine.
Oh my god. Xingyu is cheating
That's that's so bad.
Luckily your
Okay.
boyfriend cannot understand what is what you are talking about.
He can understand.
So we go
Okay.
next. We go Cecilia first.
Like what Xingyu said, like the first one to get closer is Xingyu because like we chat about the idols and that. Then I found like actually I quite Xingyu is I think that Xingyu is very pretty. Like wow, you look through her picture like that we share on like the Telegram, like we have the Telegram, right? Then she shared, wow, super pretty. I was like I'm shocked when she sent the photos, and then after that I
She
look to
excited.
I follow her Instagram also like he can be very cool and be very swag, like the style can be changed like every time. Then for Tiffany,
Thank you.
Tiffany is like sometimes Tiffany will give me the feeling of like oh she's very friendly, but sometimes it's very like give me a feeling of like very hard to approach, you know. So like sometimes it's like
Oh, and Tiffany's body is really great. I think.
and because like my style is like I used to play a lot, but Tiffany is the style that I study hard. So like I'm like, oh my god, I'm so very stressed, you know. Like Tiffany, like
No.
okay,
Objections.
but
No. Actually, what did I say? It's just I think because of the because of the responsibility on assignment, and it's a responsibility for podcast. So maybe the times I asking for something, asking for help is is not that friendly, but I will try next time. Okay.
so you know like sometimes Tiffany maybe will be very stressed about her works or what. So like I'm like, oh my god, why she's so stressed? Maybe like maybe she have to have some rest. I think because maybe I think like is it my problem? Is it I'm too chill? I'm like what? So is my preference.
I always got worried when I saw Tiffany's WhatsApp status. Like, do we really have that many work? Like, I always got scared because I'm like so chill about
But
it.
it's really a lot of work I have to done.
And then for T is like
Wait. Can I ask a question?
yes.
I guess from Cecilia description of Tiffany, she must be the mother of you guys, right? She
Yeah,
must be the
yeah.
mother
Oh
of
my
the
god,
group,
I
right?
haven't get married yet. I haven't get married yet.
Yeah.
It's
They got
really
some babies.
lucky to have her at our podcast. It's really lucky
Yeah.
to have her, to have Tiffany, our host.
I also have baby.
True that.
No, Cecilia pula. Shira will going to talk me later. She will
Okay, let me
I didn't
continue
say
with
anything. Oh my god.
design me.
Oh. So what I stop? Okay, T.
T.
T is like because like when you guys say she's a YouTuber, so I'm very curious. I'm very curious. So after that, like meet her. Oh my, she's quite pretty. Like among the Malay girls I know, like she's very pretty,
Oh my
like very
god.
elegant. Oh my god, it's like wow. I feel like
Elegance.
so
The word
shocked.
elegance.
Yeah.
Shy lah, shy.
She's pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty. I guess she's pretty. And then for Shira is like she's spreading the happy vibes and like this very kind. You look like when you look to her, you still like okay, this is a very kind person. Sometimes I was scared like is it very easy to like the person who have tipu her or whatever like because like she looks very kind, you know.
She always be the one who tipu people.
Oh really?
Excuse me, Tiffany.
So
You wait
for
till my
Ja is like I think that she's the vitamin of us. I mean like she being crazy all the time. And then she bring us happiness lah. Because like sometimes we laggy there or whatever, like we just laugh. Yeah, that's all. How about Shira? I'm very curious what you say to Tiffany.
I'll go last. First to T.
Okay, I'll go really fast because there's like this busking group in front of me, so it's gonna get loud later. So okay, my first impression I'll go for Tiffany first. My first impression towards Tiffany is the exact same as Shira. Like, she's so scary. Like when she messaged me the first time she wanted to ask for my picture, it was very scary. Like she's so garang. What do you say garang in English? Fierce. Like you don't know whether like she really wants to work with you or not. It's like that. Yeah, very scary. But then like as soon as the classes go on, like she's very like the kind of this active girl in class, and I always got scared of her also because like she sounds so like genius, right? So yeah, that's like my first impression for Tiffany.
I agree with you.
Right.
Yeah.
She always talks in class. Like the active student in class. I think like all lecturers like her because she always like contribute herself in class. Serious. And then my first impression for Shinyu, she's like this very kawaii girl. Yes,
Thank you.
kawaii. And then when I first saw her on Instagram, my first impression towards her was like she must be like this very rich girl, like mean girls like that. Because it was her Halloween post. Right.
Actually, I
it
was
was her
the same feeling also,
Halloween
like,
post.
rich.
Right. Like the rich, like mean girls in her place. Yeah, mean girls, but like super pretty. And then I was intimidated by Shinju at first, but then like she's so cute when she talks in podcast, and then I also know that she's younger, so I'm no longer scared of her. And then my first impression for Cecilia
Wait,
is
Shinju is
Yes?
younger?
yeah, she's 19 this year, a year
Okay.
younger than us.
Alright, that's
Yes.
okay. So,
And then Cecilia also, like my first impression towards Cecilia was she's not garang, but she's like kind of like sombong, like don't yeah, serious. Like the first few episodes, I was still scared of Cecilia. Like I'm not sure if I want to like really be like, is it okay if I be too friendly with her? But then like I think around like 6th or 7th episode, like her inner self got out, and then that is when I'm like oh okay, Cecilia is actually a very fun person. So yeah. I was like that. And then I also like when I first saw her, I was like, oh my god, she's so flawless. And then I was like, how can she look so good when the Google camera is inverted? So she must be very pretty. And then yeah, that's my
No.
first impression. Yes,
No.
yes. And then my impression to Shira was the first classmate that approached me. She was my first friend in media studies, I think. Because she was like, oh, you're from Dunkil too. And I was like, okay, we're still like Dunkil gang. And then, but my first impression towards Shira was like, she looks very smart. Because I knew her that she was from law. So yeah, so like,
A future lawyer.
yes. And I'm like, And then she looks super fun too, because when she was introducing herself in her first classes, she macam very like fun and then like very cool. But then like lama-lama like so gadi also. No lah. She's very. I think she's one of the closest one in like in this media studies for me for this sem. And then oh no, it's getting loud. Okay, for Ja, I think Ja would be the last one. Okay, Ja. My first impressions with Ja is she's very like cheerful, super cheerful, and then she looks like this kind of like blurry girl. Like she's like so like and then but she's also so funny and so pretty. And all of you guys are so pretty. So yes, that's like my first impressions towards you guys.
So
Thank you.
so after tea, before Shira, we go Longman first because he are going to exist this podcast. So before that, I have a questions for Longman. So how do I ask the questions? Oh, hmm. Okay, let's talk about continue the topic about first impressions.
Sure.
So
So you
go
want me to
Longman.
give like first impression? All right. So for Tiffany, we are in the same group, right? For AIX 1001. You are the type of girl that okay, in the campus or in the class, you're the type of girl that always be the lecturer pet peeve, you know, the type of girl that always loud, the type of girl that, you know, keep contributing to the lecturer, the one that lecturer loves so much, you know, and also very, very organized one. Is it true? Right.
Exactly.
So yeah. And also maybe that type of girl too that would stay in the college when everyone goes out. Are you? No? No. All right. I think I'm wrong with it. Okay, never mind. Cecilia, I guess she's the type of girl that would, you know, she won't talk to anyone. She just won't talk to anyone, just anyone. When you meet her, if you don't talk to her first, she won't talk to you. That's what I can say about Cecilia. True, right?
True.
Yeah. And maybe if you pass her, like when you walk past her, she would look the other way instead of looking at you. I would say that. Is that true also? Like no one knows right now. Maybe we can see later. Let's see if my hypothesis is true or not. And then Shahira, are you from Dinkel also?
Yep.
Yeah, law student is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Have you ever joined anything before? Like just anything?
Like what?
Um,
I don't think so.
mood no,
Really.
meeting no, debate no.
We did some performance, but I don't think you joined us. But it's
Yes.
okay.
All right. To be honest, right, I'm so sorry to say this, but you are like one of the student that kind of doesn't really
You
exist in
make
the
me
campus. I'm so
scared.
sorry to say that.
Sorry?
Are you active? Are you active?
No.
You're like kind of like Cecilia also, a very small group, um, not very well known to people. You know you're like the majority. You're the
Exactly. Yeah.
majority. Yes, that's you. Right. Okay. And she knew when I first looked at you just now. We just met just now, right? I know you're not local Chinese. I just have a feeling that you're not a local Chinese. Maybe because of your like facial structure, maybe. I'm not sure, but I just
No,
know that you're not a local Chinese.
I'm a local Chinese.
No, no, no.
Wait, what? Really?
She means that Lokman means that you are not a local Chinese in
Malaysian.
Malaysia.
Yeah, Malaysian
Oh,
Chinese.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just by looking at you, I just have the feeling that you are a foreigner.
Mm.
And I guess you are the type of girl that the cool kid. You know what I mean by that? You know the cool kid that don't really care about anything. You just go by your way because there's nothing more important than you. Okay, that's you, right?
Thank you.
I don't know if you should take that as a compliment, but all right. And I think we haven't talked before, so I can't really say anything about you. But looking at you and listening to what others had said about you, I think you're the cool girl also. Are you?
Yes, yes,
Nodding
I
very
am.
good. You're the
That
cool
was
girl too. All right,
different.
cool. I'm not sure. You somehow gave me the hot girl vibe. Like the I'm too busy doing hot girl shit, that kind of vibe. So maybe true, maybe not, because I don't think I saw you before. Have we? No, not
Like
really.
I've seen you before, but I don't think you noticed me because, like,
Yes.
yeah, I don't think we've like really meet before.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all, and I hope that you guys continue with this podcast, and we can discuss on something maybe more serious later. We can come up with something more serious, right? And I'm always willing to join you guys. Okay. So bye bye. That's all from
Thanks
me.
so much for being our
Yeah.
guest.
Thank you everyone. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Lotman, for joining
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye
us.
bye.
See you next time.
Yeah. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, let me describe Tiffany.
Hey yo, you're
It's my
muchiee, man.
time.
Hey,
Shira think that okay,
after Lokman
finally
get
it's my
up, you're
time.
being a you're
No, no, because I've been waiting for my moment for too long. I want to talk about Tiffany.
okay.
This is it.
Go straight over.
Okay, no. Tiffany says she's the best for the last. I shall start with Cecilia. Okay, my impression for Cecilia. Yeah, I think she's like that kind of hard to approach type of girl. But I texted her like 2 days ago and then she replied my text. Wait, I'm gonna show you.
So much on
Wait, I'm
love.
gonna show.
Cecilia exposed.
Like she's so sweet. She gave me like love emojis. See?
Oh, so
Yeah,
sweet.
she's that type of girl. I was like, oh my god, I didn't expect Cecilia like that. I thought she's like, okay, that type of girl. And, but then I was wrong. So for Shinyu, wait, let me think. I can't remember the first impression, but like as for the second and third episode, I think like she's very cute and funny and friendly as well. At first, I thought she's kind of like she picked her own fans, but then I was wrong. She's like very friendly to everyone. So for T, I don't like you. No, just kidding.
I don't like you too.
She's very funny. Yeah, I think she's like my best friend. No, just kidding. She's like the rest of you. No, just kidding. She's funny. I like her. We text almost every day because we have. I think like for our elective subject also we're in the same class, right? For the ID
Yes.
1004.
Yeah.
So we have lots to talk. Even like it's not about assignment also we keep on talking. Bestest thing. So as for Tiffany, my first impression of her is like very garang, garang as in fierce. Because she texted me with just like one what do you call that? One sentence without emoji and with full stop. And then I was like, oh, okay. I was so scared at first. And then I think I texted her like 2 or 3 times, like, I'm not giving up. And then after the first episode, then I know like she's not the same as what I see on the WhatsApp. She's like different in person. But like opposite with Cecilia, I thought she's like very, like I don't want to talk to you, but on WhatsApp she's very kind and nice too. I like you. And yeah, for Jah, she's very funny. She's like really funny. I think if Jah is here, starting from the beginning, we would just like laugh.
The just first impression given to me is like normal. It's like normal, but after the class of debate, she's just like really a cheerful girl, and she will because
Yeah.
of something, and she will be so anxious. and she's the kinds of like for every times because of the poor connection, she'll going to text me privately, and she'll apologize with me. So I just like there's not nothing like have to apologize because the poor connections we are not able to control. So but she'll just keep doing the same thing. Even just now, she's also texting me that she feels sad that she weren't able to join us for the last episode. I was just like, oh, this girl is like silly girl. So a conclusions actually for everyone is like we are a cool girl before we approaching one another, but after a chattings or after a communications or even after the since the 9 episode 10 episode before, we all get know with each other and we get closer than others people. It's just like we are six of girls in a group. It's like a besties before even we haven't meet each other in the campus. So it's like good before have you are how do I say, before you entering the campus you are worried about that is there any friends for me to recognize, is that I will get trouble when to have friends or to approaching someone. But right now haven't entering the campus. Yes, I'm lucky and fortunately to have you all before entering the campus. Yes. You're all sweetie.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna cry.
For what? No, actually for this episode, I I have a hope that we can do, we are going to continue for the 16 podcast, but it's just like we reduce the times, maybe we can do uh because we are doing the weekly podcast, so maybe for the next sems we are going to continue maybe 2 weeks, once for 2 weeks, so maybe once a month we are going to have twice. Yeah, so maybe we can talk about something topic, others interesting topic, even there's no we are not care about the viewers anymore, we are not caring about the likes or dislike anymore, we're just sharing our experience and talking any gossip that we want. Yeah, so it's like good platform for us and this is really a good podcast.
Maybe we can play games too.
Yeah, I think yes, I supposed to do a game for today but I don't, because I think we are a lot of things that we want to say and
Yeah.
discuss. So I don't think that we have the time, but we can start the game maybe others episode. Yeah.
Yep.
So oh
Oh, by
my,
the way, I got something to say. Can I
yes.
change my favorite episode? It's not the first one. It's the episode that don't have tea. Like tea is not joining us. I
Shut
think it's the
up.
Christmas
You
one, right?
It's the Christmas one. Oh, I know why
Yeah,
it's your
I will
favorite.
change you.
Maybe because there's Arman.
Same, same.
I heard something.
Guys, I'm leaving the podcast. Bye.
Oh, actually for the Christmas Eve podcast, it's like the highest view in our YouTube actually.
Because there's no tea in it. That's
I
the
don't know why,
point.
but because it's like really fun. We have the podcast. It's like we all
Yep,
talkative.
it's really, really fun.
Yeah. Even without tea. Or the staircase.
Wait, this actually hurts.
Oh, you want tissue?
You want tissue? I sent you, I post you there.
I got Kobe's here. Looks like tissue.
Never mind, we have this year 2021 Christmas Eve are going to waiting for us. It's quite a long time,
Without tea
very
again.
hopefully. So before we end today podcast, anything you want to share?
He actually likes Arman. That's the tea.
Oh my god. Mira, can you please? Okay, wait. Maybe I do want to say something because the background
No,
sound
no,
right
no,
now
no,
is
no.
kind of sweet.
Decline,
No,
decline,
no,
decline,
I'm
decline,
trying to be
decline.
sweet right now. I just want to
Okay.
say that I'm very grateful.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I'm very grateful to have the chance to wait. I'm very grateful that I had the chance to meet you guys. And I'm so glad, like, we're all in a group and like we all meet each other and be in a group. And I'm so glad that I
Aw.
got to pair up with you guys as a group for this podcast for the first semester. Like, although we started from strangers, and then, like, look where we are now. We're like the cutest girls. Like, I can imagine us lepa at the campus already at the cafe. I'm so excited for that. And
holding
yeah, I
hands,
love you
walking
guys.
class
I love you
by.
guys. 16 podcast group lah. You can't sit with us.
Yes, we're gonna rule the canteen, Iver.
Yeah, we are going to hold hands and work on the
Yep.
pedestrians route. It is really excited. But before that, before I end the podcast, I hope that this semester, because the semester are going to end, it's like really fast. But I hope everyone is doing well in the last I think 2 or 3 weeks about maybe the assignments or something about that. Don't feel stressed. 16 podcasts are still behind you. We are holding your back. So anything you want,
Always by your side.
yeah. So anything that you need help or you need something, you just texting in a group. We are going to hold you back. So thanks to have you guys. See
Oh my
you.
god, this is actually sad.
Yeah, sad. But because for me, I don't think that this will be the end
The
for
end, yeah,
all of
yeah.
us. So I don't think that is a sad. But we still are going to continue for the further podcast. So yeah, continue. See you in the next month. Yeah, pretty sure to see you in the
Okay.
next month. Bye
Okay.
everyone.
Bye everyone.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye
Sending
everyone.
positive vibes to you.